Hello, everyone. This is Jessie from the Mithran Group at Keller Williams Realty. Welcome to another moment with your community compass. Today, I want to introduce you to John Quincy Richardson, owner of Change of Heart Cutz. You will find out in a moment the inspiration behind that name. John has an incredible story. His life journey has led him to places most of us cannot imagine. Yet he has come out victorious because of his faith, his determination to succeed, and his desire to do better, not only for his family, which is on top priority, but also for the community. And I really, really respect that. I look forward to you meeting him and getting to know him the way I've gotten to know him. So with that, John, tell us a little about yourself, not the professional you, but the personal you.
Okay, Mom. Like she said, my name is John Quincy Richardson III. I was born on Tyndall Air Force Base in Panama City, Florida. I'm a military brat. I come from a big family. It was 5 of us, 4 boys, 1 girl. I was the youngest of them all. Currently, I'm a father of 2 lovely kids. My son is 14 years old. My daughter is 9 years old, and we have a new addition to our family, which is my nephew. He comes from Homerville, Georgia. His name is Dario Swenson. So he's the new addition to our family. I'm a God-fearing Christian and comedian at heart. I was a very, very, very comedic kid, and I am as an adult as well. And I'm very joyful, full of joy, and very full of positive energy, and just trying to give it out to the community. That's it.
That is nice. Now, the joyful heart comes from a piece that I've gotten to know you enough that is an inner peace that you have. And,
absolutely.
And isn't that wonderful to be able to have that?
Absolutely.
As a lean back on it. Where do you get your work discipline from?
Both my work discipline comes from my mom, my mother, and my father. My mom worked 3 or 4 jobs, not because she had to, it's because she just wanted us to have more. My dad was a military vet. He was of 23 years. He currently works DOD, and every weekend he would get us up at 6:30 in the morning and trick us out and make us do our chores and tell us when we're done with our chores we can go back to sleep. But in all actuality, when you're up for the day, you're up for the day. Yeah. So the discipline comes from both my mother and father. They instill great values, morals, and just real good ethics in my life. And they're probably the reason why I'm so successful now, because of the things that they taught me.
And I know that that's what you're trying to do. That's what you keep as your focus as you go through your daily life. It's not just the business. I heard from you a deeper understanding of how you want to be involved with your family and your children. And I'm looking forward to getting the story behind that, and even the name, the Change of Heart Cutz, and the inspiration behind it. Who would you say influenced you the most?
My dad.
Yeah.
I looked up to him. He was my hero. He was always there for me. Very patient with me. I was a late bloomer. I didn't get myself together until mid-20s, almost late 20s, but he was very patient with me. He taught me a lot of the knowledge that I have today, the intellectual conversations that I'm able to have with individuals, and the way that I upkeep myself. It all comes from my father. I'm a mirror of him. So, and just great values and morals and family views came from him. And, every summer or every break we got, we were in Panama City, Florida, visiting family. He wanted me to know who my great aunt was. He wanted me to know who my great uncle was. He wanted me to know who my second cousins were. They all were older, and we're talking about 60, 70, 80-year-old people. He wanted me to know all of my family, and that's the reason why I'm so family oriented now, because he set the standards and he set the tone. And now I'm just, like he told me, his job was to make sure that I was better than him. So when he hands the baton off to me, I'm able to run as far as I can, and then I hand the baton off to my son, which he's the fourth. So we're
Nice.
going to keep it going.
Very nice. Very nice. You sound like a very involved and awesome dad, which is
Yes,
another reason that I can see every one of your children being the success that you are.
absolutely.
With God's grace and his will, I can see that that's going to happen. And what would you say is your motivation?
My motivation would be not only the fact that I have kids, the fact that I am a human being and my father uh, set rules and regulations and guidelines for me. And I'm not talking in a physical form. I'm talking my father from up above. All of all of my energy and my power comes from the man up above. So I try to stay as positive as can be. Number one is communion. I try to do more for others than myself. I try to be selfless. So
Mhm.
my motivation will go to people that I know need my help. The other motivation would be my kids. I want them to grow up and be self-sufficient. So, if I'm telling them they need to get up and get ready for school in the morning and pack their bag, make sure that they're ready for the day, I need to be myself ready for the day. So my motivation would be my communion with others and my kids.
Like,
And my parents, because when they get to a certain age to where they need my help, I'm going to be the one to step in to make sure that I'm there to take care of them.
yeah,
So
it's a
motivation, family, friends, and people that God align and put in my life.
God, family, and then business. Great
Absolutely,
priority set.
absolutely,
That I'm familiar with that. That's something that we are encouraged to do at Keller Williams as well. Is keep that priority list pretty right. God, family, and business. If I'm not spiritually fed, it's impossible for me to be of service to anybody else. It's sort of like the oxygen
absolutely,
mask. You got to breathe first so you can put the next person's oxygen mask on, and that
absolutely.
oxygen is always coming from the Lord, which is exciting. What hurdles would you say you leaped through? I know you were telling me about what happened during the pandemic and being in
Yeah.
private business. What hurdles did you leap through, and what do you leap through now?
Hurdles that I've leaped through: homelessness, depression. I've been through a lot of it. I've been through a lot of stages in my life, and during the pandemic, I want to say June of 2020 to December of 2020 was very rough. I didn't have any income. I worked two jobs. I worked in the barber shop full time, and I had a part-time job at Wawa, which my unemployment kicked in, and then they cut me off because they found out that I was a barber. So I had to wait 6 months for my money. So I had to really like hustle and bustle, go, door to door, cutting hair, do what I can do to make sure that I was not only taking care of myself, but taking care of the kids that I had. And it was very rough for 6 months, and I eventually recouped everything that I lost in December 2020. But it was a rough 6 months, and the only thing that I could really lean on was my faith in the Lord, and I knew that He would get me through. So I didn't lose that perseverance, and I just had the endurance to run the race.
Yes, yes. That's quite a crutch to lean on, isn't it?
Absolutely,
And the best crutch possible is to have that faith to lean on. But
absolutely.
I know so many went through so much during the pandemic with their business, but to end up in the place of homelessness is
Mhm.
quite an exception.
Yes.
And yet you persevered and you didn't lose hope, and neither that smile go away. So
Yes, yes, yes. I had to become a CDL Class A driver. I didn't care what I had to do, but I knew that I had to do something
mhm.
because there were other individuals that were counting on me. So I had to get it done. I had to switch it up, whatever I had to do to reinvent myself, just like I reinvented myself with Change of Heart Cutz. I
Mhm.
just had to come up with another way, another course, or another income, another way of income to make sure that I was okay.
So where
And
does
that's
the
what
name
I had to do.
Change of Heart Cutz? Tell me the story behind that name.
Honestly, um, I'm not too fond and modest of my past, and I've been through a lot of things. It led me to places that I didn't want to be, and most of it came from being disobedient to my parents. And I'm gonna be completely honest about it. I was very disobedient to my parents, and I ended up places where I didn't have to be. Um, but eventually, the light cut on for me, and I had a change of heart. I had to make a change in my life. You know, there was so many individuals counting on me to be there, so I had to hold myself accountable. So, but I just thank God that the light did turn on for me, and that God showed His mercy on me, and I'm here to tell my story and to let other individuals know that are possibly out there battling depression, thinking that tomorrow's not promised to you. All you need to do is get on your knees and pray.
Mhm.
It'll be okay. You just have to have faith. And, everybody has their season. Your season will come, but you just have to be patient and have strong faith and persevere through all and everything that you possibly may go through. And just know that you're blessed and highly favored and you're His kid, and nothing will go wrong. Everything happens for a reason, positive or negative, it happens for a reason. And we just have to, I guess, welcome it and find different ways to deal with things, because everything's not going to be positive. So when things happen negative, we can still find the positive in negative. Well, I may have veered off the road, but I only have a flat tire. Thank God that I still have my car. And I think that's the mindset that we have to have as individuals, and just to help out other individuals that battle with depression and maybe battling homelessness and may need help. Tomorrow is promised for you, but you have to know that, and you have to have faith that it is promised for you, and that things will change for you.
And that's where the change of heart comes from.
That's where it comes from.
It's the
It comes from
determination. It's the
absolutely,
determination to that tomorrow is going to be a different day, because and every day is a learning moment. So you have a change of heart
absolutely.
literally every day that makes you stronger for tomorrow.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And tell me, how did you end up as a barber? What was it that that got you started in this and keeps you going on a daily basis?
Well, I would say my dad, it was four boys. He cut our hair, and he took the time to really like conversate with us and really get to know, what we had going on in school, or pick our brains to see how we were doing, and he was always there to cut our hair. It was four boys. It was very expensive to get haircuts for just four boys. And then you had to worry about my sister as well. So my dad whipped out those clippers, and at first he used to Edward Scissorhand our hair, but months go by, and we're going to school with like fresh fades and little parts, side parts, and my dad would do all that stuff for us. So I would say that my dad was the reason why I became a barber, because he took the time to actually like really learn our hair and learn how to cut our hair. And at times he would give us money to go get a haircut, and we'd come back and he's like, "Your hairline's uneven. What do you do to your hair?" So he's probably the reason why I became a barber. And then when I got a son, I started picking up the clippers, just playing around with it. So, that kind of got my mind joggling. But ultimately my father up above, he aligned things for me to be exactly where I'm at. Um, he's the ultimate reason why I'm a barber.
I love the story that you shared with me about how you now cut your children's hair, and you take that time, just as your father did with you, to
Uh-huh.
find out what happened in their day. And
Absolutely.
what a great way of doing it. What a great
Absolutely.
motivation to be able to take that time to do that. You have a captive
Absolutely.
audience. They can't go anywhere, can they? When
Right. I'm on the side of your head. If you want me to go on the other side, you gotta let me know what's going on.
So would you say that as a barber, you are part therapist, even for the person who is sitting in
Absolutely.
the chair?
Absolutely. I think in the hair business, when someone comes in rough and they leave looking like a movie star and you put a smile on their face, it has a lot to do with mental health. Us as individuals, we have to look the part. And growing up, I was always told the way you look is the way that you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look good, you want to feel good. So I think a haircut service does more than just puts a smile on people's face. It gets you ready for the day. It gets you in uniform, especially if you're military. Um, it's a great way to start your day with a fresh,
Oh,
clean cut dress, ready for success.
I like that.
Yes,
You're right. I've never thought of it that way, but that's so true, isn't it? I mean, I take the
absolutely.
time to do my hair when I am getting ready for something, and
Right.
it's very true. It's something that you really do when you are, hey, I'm gonna go do this. The first thing you think of is let's get ready for it. Um,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
that's a great way of thinking of it. And then you went ahead and your dad did it to communicate with you guys, but you went ahead and got your certification in it, um,
Yes.
and moved away from where you thought you were going to where your calling was with your certification.
Yes. Yes. I started off, my dad, he's 23 years retired vet. He currently works DOD. So I knew when I graduated a year early with my older brother, Antoine. And I knew when I graduated, I had two choices. It was either the military or I was going to college. So I faked my dad out. I was like, I really didn't want to go to college, but I was like, okay, I'll go because I have to do something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I went to Germanna Community College. I acquired my associate's degree in applied arts and science. And I wanted my parents to actually see someone from our family walk the stage. So that's what I did. And after walking the stage, I just knew deep down in my heart that 2 more years of college wasn't going to happen. So the first thing that came to my mind was barbering because it didn't make me feel like I was going to be clocked in. I wasn't um, held to one certain type of thing. Um, I don't feel like I'm working when I'm barbering, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I thought I was gonna get my bachelor's degree and go off and work in the corporate world, but after going to marketing classes and accounting classes at Germanna, it just got me entrepreneurial minded. So
Mm-hmm.
I started just, thinking outside of the box. And I don't think if I didn't get my associate's degree that I wouldn't have thought outside of the box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So props to Germanna Community College because I learned a lot from just marketing and accounting classes, regular business classes, learning what a LLC is, learning what a S corp is, just the basics of business for anybody that wants to become an entrepreneur. Um, so basically, that was it. After getting my associate's degree, I was just like, hey, I want to be a businessman. So the first thing that came to my mind was barbering, and actually, that's how I met my instructor. I actually went to Park West Barber School out in Alexandria, and I got like 400 or 500 hours. But they shut the school down, so that was my reasoning for going back to Germanna. So when I walked the stage, my instructor, which we were friends on Facebook, and he was my instructor at Park West. He reached out to me because at first I wasn't really serious about it, and he
Mm-hmm.
knew I wasn't serious about it. But when he saw that I walked the stage and I have acquired my associate's degree, he was like, I see you're serious now. He inboxed me right after and told me, congratulations. Now I know you can do it. Because if you can go and get your associate's degree, you can go get your barbering license. And he was like, I need you to come see me as soon as possible so we can do some one-on-one teachings.
The commitment. He wanted to see
Absolutely.
commitment from you.
Absolutely. So
What would you
when he saw
say?
that commitment,
What would you say is your specialty? Is there specialty being a barber?
Yes, there are specialties with being a barber. Some barbers specialize in beards. Some barbers specialize in enhancements. Some barbers specialize in facials. Some
Mm.
barbers may specialize in numerous of things. I specialize in clean fades. I love giving a clean mid skin fade and a clean shape up look. So I would say I specialize in a good clean fade.
Nice. You have to show me pictures of that because I'm not quite sure what that
Absolutely.
is. So when we meet, you're gonna show me pictures of that to define
Absolutely.
that
A
for
fade is just a gradual transitions from light to heavy. It's just a gradual transition.
me. Nice. Well, I have to see it. I have to see it. What would you say would be some of the challenges that you face on a daily basis with your work?
um, as many as individuals that I do, as many as guests that come through my door, is making everyone happy.
Mm.
That's one thing that my dad taught me a long time ago. It's gonna be hard to make everybody happy, but I want to give everyone a smile and a happy face when they leave my place.
Mhm.
And sometimes that's hard. I can get 92%, 93%. That's 7% I got to work on. I know I'm not perfect, right?
Oh,
So that's
good.
one of the challenges is making sure that every service goes as planned and everyone leaves here with a happy face.
What is your favorite client?
Who or what?
Wh- Who would be your favorite client? Like who, when you're there sitting in your chair and you go,
My
I really
brother.
like this guy.
My brother. My
Really?
brother Antoine. He's the first person that I ever actually started cutting. And he stuck with me until I got it right. So I would say
Oh,
my brother Antoine.
oh, he was your guinea pig till you got
He
it
was my
right.
guinea pig. I can't say my son. He's already volunteered. He's automatically signed up. My brother did. He had a choice to let me mess his head up, and he always chose to let me mess his head up until I got it right. So I have to say my
Oh,
brother.
that is a brother indeed, for
Yeah,
sure. That's
yeah,
can't ask for a better one than that. Somebody who
absolutely.
encourages you and with physical support rather than just
Yes, yes,
support.
yes, yes. And he was very, very straightforward when it came to letting me know how the cut looked. So
Oh, nice. I look
he
forward to
kept me right.
meeting him as well then.
Oh man, he's a character. He's a character. Just be happy he's not here.
He would tell stories. I bet he would tell stories.
Yes, he would. He'd be telling too much.
So what services in all do you offer at Change of Heart Cutz?
Kid cuts, adult cuts. We cut all textures of hair. We've just added some type of grooming lounge effect. So I have a hot steaming device for steam. So we do steam facials. We do hot towel treatments. We do enhancements. So the whole grooming lounge effect. That's what we do.
Oh, wow.
Anything
That's
that has to do with
cool.
any grooming, we can do.
That
Facial massages, all that good stuff we can do.
and are your clients primarily men, women,
I
children?
service more men than women, but it's a lot of children, a lot of men, and some women. We service a lot of individuals.
I see. So if somebody wanted just a regular everyday cut, like I said, I usually go in and just get my trim. Is that
Absolutely.
something that's possible at Change of Heart?
Yes, ma'am. We do. We give those upkeeps. We do shape ups as well. We do it all.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I know when I was talking to you that you mentioned two people who you have taken under your wings.
Absolutely.
And I would love to meet them and I know they're waiting there on the
Okay.
sidelines. And tell me
Yep.
what it is that prompted you to take Caesar and Christian under your wing. And
God
what?
led me to him. That's number one. I met Caesar because I went to mechanic school. I've actually just got my dealer. I don't have my actual dealer license, but I went to the DMV and I've acquired my dealers. I passed the dealer course, so I'm looking for another location for that. And that's another thing. I met him through mechanic school. So he called me a couple months ago and was like, hey, I really want to learn barbering. And I was like, I have my master barber instructor license. I can teach you. So he was my first student. So Caesar was my first student, and Christian, I knew Christian for years. And he was tired of, living the lifestyle that he was living, and he was ready to get himself together. So I took him under my wing, and we're teaching him barbering as well. So I have my two students. I want to welcome them,
Yes.
Caesar and Christian.
Caesar, I come on now in front of the camera here. Hey, hey Caesar. Hey, Christian.
Hey, Chris.
So is he a good teacher? Tell me the truth. Is he a good teacher?
He's one of the best barber teachers out here in Virginia.
I like it. I like the school.
You like the school. And what is it that you're specializing, or is it too early to tell what your specialties will be?
Well, for me right now, it's a bit too early because I'm still trying to get the catch of it.
I just want to specialize in giving good haircuts, making my clients happy.
That is nice. And having a mentor makes a big difference, doesn't it? On a daily basis. That's wonderful. Now, is this becoming, is barbering your primary profession now?
Yes, ma'am. For me, it is.
Yes.
That is wonderful to have a determined mind to be able to go in a direction. That is wonderful to have that. And I, having getting to know John better, I can't imagine a better mentor than he is at this point in your lives. It's a pleasure to meet you both. I'm definitely going to be dropping by, saying hi. Not too far away from this. John, coming back to what we talked about earlier, when you have not only a heart for your profession, but you have a heart to influence your community.
Absolutely.
And tell me, how do you plan to do that? What is the purpose behind it? What is the goal behind it?
Honestly, the goal is to make sure that we lead everyone to Jesus. Honestly, that's first and foremost. But we want a better community. We want a better community, and it starts with the youth. So, when kids come in here and get cuts, I always talk to them like my father talked to me, asking them how they're doing in school, how's the grades. If they're cutting up, I'm on them. And certain kids, they get reprimanded. They want that new style, or they want that drop fade. No, we're taking it all off until you earn it. Mm-hmm. And we're teaching kids stability. We're teaching them discipline. So most of the kids that come through here, they know that, academic wise, behavioral wise, they have to be doing good in order to get that specialty cut that they really want. So
that is,
we try to make Change of Heart Cutz a family oriented shop. So we're here for the community.
That is wonderful. I something that I find in common with you, and I respect that so much. It's
yes, ma'am.
It's a wonderful thing to have. And not enough people give back, do they?
I was just saying that, and we need more people in the community to step up and do these type of things, because it's the right thing to do. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
John,
I know God moves me. God moves me, and God moves my heart. So I can only speak for myself. I'm no good unless I'm service to someone else. I have to be selfless. Mm-hmm. I can't be just all about me. It's not always about me. It's about others as well. And that's the message. Do for others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. John, what would be something that we can do for you and your business?
Honestly, just exposure, just to let them know that I'm here. Mm-hmm. I want them to know that I'm here and I'm in the community, and I want to be in the community for the next 20, 30, 40 years plus. That's what I want from you guys. I just need the exposure and to let people know that I'm here and the door is open.
That we will get from you all the information that you have. I think we already have it actually, and put your name and numbers out there so that people can go ahead and contact you.
Yes.
And lead them to the person who is not going to just take care of that one aspect where you walk into a barber shop and you think, okay, you know, I've gotten my haircut, one thing checked off. But no, you
Right.
sit down and walk into Change of Heart Cutz, you've actually gotten more than that. You've gotten physical encouragement, you've gotten spiritual encouragement,
Yes,
and you've
ma'am.
gotten great service. And I can't
Yes.
think of anything better than all of that.
I
So
know.
it's a complete package. And
Yes.
I'm not.
We got to get some more people through these doors for the school as well. They got a couple of clients now, and I
Mhm,
tell them the number one focus is to make sure the educational part of the barbering is taken care of before we pick up a pair of clippers.
mhm.
But I feel as though that they're already acclimated in the books, so it's time to start getting some exposure, getting some more people in here, and getting them acclimated with their clippers. So
Hands-on training.
yes, ma'am.
Hands-on training. There's nothing
Yes,
better
ma'am.
than on the job, and there's nothing better than a trade that you can be an expert in for sure. So
Absolutely.
this is wonderful. What are the goals for the future? Well, where do you see yourself 2 years from now, 5 years from now?
I want to have a big school with 20 to 30 plus kids. Not only kids, young adults, whoever it is. I was a late bloomer. I want all the late bloomers. I want all the individuals that don't know what they want to do. I want them all. So my goal is to have a bigger school, have 20 to 30 plus kids, and have a dealership for my dealer license. That's all I want. And just to be a pillar in the community, and I want to be a public figure in the community and let them know that I'm here to stay for a long, long period of time.
I with your work ethic and your attitude, I have no doubt that's exactly what's going to happen. And
Thank you, ma'am.
I look forward to seeing it happen. And it's like the wonderful book that you can't wait for the next page to turn, because you know the story.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've accomplished a lot, and I just want to give thanks to my Heavenly Father for everything that He's done for me. I'm not perfect, but I strive and I practice to be just like Him, knowing that I will not be Him, but knowing I can be almost as close as possible to Him.
No, man, I like that as well. Thank you so much. So,
You're
John, I
welcome.
do want to thank you so much for being with me today on your community campus. We will share how you can get in touch with John and be part of his journey at the Change of Heart Cutz. You can tell that he very much is the person that you're going to enjoy not only getting that cut from, but also getting to know, as I've gotten to know him. And I'm looking forward to introducing you to my community in that. This is
Thank you.
Jessie Devamithran with Keller Williams Realty and the Mithran Group. If you're interested in being interviewed and people like getting to know people like John, and then you please reach out to me, and I would love to be able to connect with you. Meanwhile, if you do know of someone who is looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or really just get an education as to why it might be a good idea to do that and how it does build generational wealth,
Absolutely.
then you please reach out to me. I'm here for you as well. Much like John, I have a heart for education, and every time is not the time to pick up the scissors and start cutting. First, you need to have that education, and I
Absolutely.
think that's why both of our business mindset is very much the same. Let's get the education done. And then when the Lord opens the door, the time will come for that
Absolutely.
move. John, thank you so much again.
I want to thank you as well, and God bless. Stay blessed and highly favored.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that.
Thank you, ma'am.